Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tea Time with Miss Liz. It's afternoon tea, that's right. And today in the studio, I am joined with a beautiful lady from Cameroon. She is the Global Peace Ambassador for Cameroon. If you haven't heard about Global Peace Challenge 2020, I will be sharing some links and some things at the end of the show. There is a new layout, so be sure to stay tuned and we will get you going. So I'm going to just read a little bit about Ndeng and the incredible things that this woman is doing, and then she will take over and we will have a beautiful tea time this afternoon together. So Ndeng is building bridges, pulling down walls. She's a Catholic nun of the Congregation of the Sisters of St. Therese, Cameroon, an indigenous congregation founded to uplift the status of women. Born in Kaduna, Nigeria, and bred in Cameroon, she claims both nationalities. Holder of a B.Sc in sociological and anthropology. Oh my God, these big words, guys. Women and gender studies. She's been a nun for 14 years and a very happy and fulfilled one, serving as a social pastoral care worker in the prisons in Cameroon. She's passionate about building bridges between inmates and ex-inmates and the communities relationships. They come from by reconciling and bringing to wholeness those affected by crime, be their victims, offender, or community. Besides being a social worker in the prison, she's interested in raising the status of the rural woman who, in her context, finds her place most often in the kitchen through promoting the education of the girl child. She believes to educate a woman is to educate a nation. It's time to build bridges and pull down the walls that separate human beings as an anthropologistic. She gratefully took up the role of peace ambassador for Cameroon to break all cultural barriers that keep us apart. We are more similar than we are different, an anonymous writer wrote. Bridges and walls are made of the same material, but bridges unite people and walls divide people. What better definition of the Global Peace Challenge uniting the whole world? So Ndeng, welcome to Tea Time, and share a little bit with the viewers on how you became a sister and how you became a Global Peace Ambassador for the Global Peace Challenge 2020.
Good afternoon. It's evening for me. Good evening, Miss Liz. And here I go. The tea time, my teacup, special one for me. I'm so happy to be on this forum with you, Miss Liz. And I'm happy you could create the time to share with me and I share with you what we do to change the world in our own little way. So, as Miss Liz just said, I am Sister Ndeng Ayumbi, a Cameroonian and Nigerian by nationality. I claim both nationalities. I became a sister in 2006. Um, Before becoming a full-fledged sister in 2006, I had 4 years of formation. We have 4 years of formation that leads you to the sisterhood. And what really prompted me to join the sisterhood is that I really admired most of the sisters I met. They had a special passion for the poor and the vulnerable. And I don't know, I just have that in me. From small, I want to help those who are poor, who are vulnerable from primary school. When I go to school, I want to share what I have with those who can't afford. And so that pushed me. I thought, okay, if I could join this group of women, I could accomplish my purpose in life. So, growing older, after my high school, I decided to join the Sisters of St. Therese of the Child Jesus. And it was a surprise for my family members because I had never really expressed that desire. But as the Lord wills it, it came as it came. And I joined the sisterhood. And when I joined the sisterhood, um, the times were asked, what do you like to do? Education, um, health, pastoral activities, social work. I mean, you're given so many options, and I said I would like to work in the prisons, and it was shocking to so many because I'm the first sister in my congregation to work in the prison.
Oh,
And
wow.
what prompted me to take up this special apostolate is because just before I came into the convent, thieves broke into our house and stole basically everything, and we were not even able to go to school that year because they had taken everything, money, jewelry, chairs, everything, and any technological set of things they could need in the house. So I said to myself, I'm not going to hate these persons. I'm going to work until I find out who stole in our house and bless that person, because probably the person didn't have. That is what why the person came to steal in our house and was almost rendering us homeless and very poor. So that is how I accepted to take up, or I decided to take up the special apostolic working in the prisons. And when I was asked to go and work in the prison, I went there. The first day it was exciting, but I met a lot of misery. I don't know in your context, Miss Liz, how the prisons are, but in my context, the prison is hell on earth. So I met inmates who were dying on a daily basis. Sometimes I have to wait outside for an hour so that the corpses of the previous day will be taken out. So, and that built my passion for this special work. And here I am today after 14 years. I am still on it. So I want to thank the Lord for granting me the grace. So briefly, that is my sisterhood in 14 years.
So you've been a nun for 14 years.
Yes, from 2006 now, August.
So in that time, Ndeng, what did you learn about yourself?
Yeah. Um, in the convent, we do a lot of self formation, and you need to know a lot about yourself because we live in community. And during that time, I realized that I was a very, very compassionate person amidst my fears and everything. I'm a very shy person in the first place, very shy, and I, I could stay, when ideas were coming up, when there's a conversation coming up, I'm just like, I just sit there very shy. But one strong point that came out from me and from my other mates was that I'm very compassionate. I I try to love everybody without finding out where you're from. I don't have that in my system, in my bloodstream. So that is the positive point about me that came out. And the negative part, sometimes I'm a very angry person.
I would have never thought that of you. I always see
Yes,
this bubbly little girl that is so happy. I would have never thought.
yeah. My anger lasts just for a minute, but my smiles can go on the whole day.
Because you're the loving
Yeah.
sister that we all, oh, be peaceful.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
So, what did your family think of you becoming a nun?
my dad, my dad hadn't any problems when I said I wanted to become a nun. My dad hadn't any problems with that. He said anything that suits you suits me. But my mom, I'm the first child in a family of five, so you can imagine my mom will not let go of me. She said, "No, no, 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 you can't go. You have to produce me grandchildren. You have, all that. You can't go to the convent and Where is this coming from? No, 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 no. She really resisted, and I stubbornly went because it was against the will of my mom. But for my father, he was okay with that. My mom was very resistant, and I just left the house and said,
Oh, wow.
uh, yeah. So, but today I think my mom is the happiest person on earth.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, she's so happy about that decision, and she's like, so many blessings are coming to us in the family because we think that we offered you to God. So,
Well, I guess there's a lot of fear too, right?
yeah, and
As
being the first child
yeah,
of the house, yeah,
and being the oldest as well, and being a daughter, I guess a fear of a mother, right? Not understanding the directions that we sometimes take.
yeah, she didn't. She didn't.
So, how did you find out about the Global Peace Challenge 2020, Ding?
Um, some time ago on, I think it was on Facebook, I got in touch with Susie. Susie is Susie Vibera. I hope I pronounced her name very well. She's really, I crown her a queen in every sense of the word. She's really a queen. And I don't know, I got in contact, I saw her works on Facebook, and I really got interested because we have such cases. She does on child abuse, and they do rooms for children who have been
Mhm.
sexually abused, and I took interest in it, and somebody spoke about it, and she was like, she wanted to initiate me in the project, and we've been friends for a while, almost a year or so or more. And when she was informed about the Global Peace Challenge, and she got to me, she said, there's Global Peace Challenge, could you be the ambassador for Cameroon? And I asked her, what does that entail? She said, just what you're doing is a peaceful act, and you just fit that responsibility of being a global peace ambassador. And I told her, anything for peace, I accept. So because like my slogan goes, I build bridges and I tear down walls. And so when you're a peaceful person, you're building bridges. And so I told her, anything for peace, I'm going to join. And that's how I accepted the challenge. And today I'm proudly uh, the Peace Ambassador of Cameroon, the Global Peace Ambassador of Cameroon.
So, Ding, what does that mean to you? Building bridges, tearing down walls. What does that statement mean to you?
Yeah. In my short biography you read, um, I studied anthropology, which is about culture. Yes,
Okay.
sociology, anthropology, it's about culture. It's the summary of it is the study of culture.
Mhm.
And I realized that a lot of wars during my studies, so many the wars that we have around us, the conflicts that we have, internation conflict, in my case, intertribal wars, ethnic inter-ethnic wars and all that, and even um, neighborhood conflicts, is because people have built walls and say, okay, you are a white, I am a black,
Yep.
and you put a wall and separate us because you're white and black, so we can't talk. I mean, for me, it's just so wonderful that I'm a black, you're white. It doesn't change anything here.
Nope.
Doesn't. I don't even see the color. Not the
We're just two
difference.
ladies enjoying a cup of tea, right?
Yeah. So that's me. So, and during my studies, I really enjoyed it because you really come to realize the feeble things that separate us and cause a lot of conflict. Just because you're black and white, it's the skin.
Yep.
Yeah, but God made us and all in His image, and He loved us. He saw that we're all beautiful, black or white. So why all this separation? And then Those are walls that we are building. Religion. I'm Catholic. I don't really care if you're a pagan or you're an Anglican.
Yep.
We are all one. So
Yep.
why should I stop talking to you because you're an Anglican and I am Catholic? No, that's not it. So those are walls we build, religious walls that we have put up, racial walls. You can name all the other walls we have built.
Mhm.
And to me, like the anonymous writer says, walls and bridges are made of the same material. What's the difference?
Mhm.
Bridges bring people, and you find in the logo, you see people crisscrossing each other on the bridge without caring who is on the bridge. Everyone is passing. But when you start looking, I have a tea time show with Sister Ayumbi, and the next thing is she black or white? You build a wall. You've already um, put something that starts. Okay, as I'm talking, you're thinking I'm black. No, 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 no. So and each day in day out, those walls are increasing in our wall and separating mankind from one another. And like I said, this global peace challenge to me is just a very brilliant idea that Tom Connors brought up. I really want to applaud him because for me, he has brought us all together. You from England, you from
Canada.
Canada, Canada. No, I can't forget you from Canada because you're a very proud Canadian. Very
Yes, I
proud
am.
Canadian.
Very,
Yeah,
very proud.
yeah. So, you meet the others from India, England, Switzerland, all over the world, USA, and we all are like one, and we talk together as one. Isn't
Yep,
that wonderful?
it is. It's really nice.
It's
And
really beautiful.
mentioning Tom, Tom is actually in the studio and he has left a comment. So I'm not sure if you can see that ding, but he says, "We are so lucky to have Sister Ding as a peace ambassador for Global Peace Challenge 2020. Cameroon is so lucky to have such an inspiring, compassionate leader working in the communities."
Can I take a glass of tea?
And she's my tea girl. Do
Yeah.
you know, Ding, that a lot of my tea guests do not drink tea, and I am so happy that you drink tea and you're enjoying it, and that's what it's all about, right? Is the connections, like you said, tearing down the bridge and tearing down the walls and building the bridges. We all
Yeah.
walk together on a bridge. The walls
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't, but the bridges we do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I want to seize this opportunity to thank Tom very much. I don't know the God that created him in such a wonderful and magnificent way that he could think of bringing us all together, the whole world as one. To me, he has brought the whole world as one, and that's what peace, the global peace challenge means for me, and basically for every other person.
so over there, is there a ritual? You were mentioning to us in the Global Peace Challenge that the prison sings. Do they have like a choir in the prison?
Yes, yes, we have a very good choir in the prison. Unfortunately, the prison got burnt about a month ago, and so many things, catastrophe, and some prisoners lost their lives in the fire accident. Some still really down, so our activities have slowed down in the prisons. We don't really readily enter the prison because we've been denied access for the time being. But we
Okay.
have a very good, yeah, we have a very beautiful choir, and there's a group of this an NGO that comes in to prison to teach just music to inmates. So they are
Oh,
very good. Yes, they have a music club which is wonderful. A band. They actually have a band, so it's wonderful. I was hoping that I will uh, do something with them, but with the fire incident, that has just died a natural death. So sorry about that.
so is there any way that we over here can help the prison over there? Like, are they looking for donations? Like, with the fire, is there a different location for the prisoners now? How does that work now?
For now, because we really do not have access. But the like last week I was there. I got some sheet of zinc to place them some of the shades, to create a shade so that some of them could even lay their heads there. I don't know how the prisons in Canada are, but here it's deplorable. So if it gets burnt again, that's double deplorable for the inmates. Yeah. So but we're trying. A few persons are generous and they're giving us some assistance to um, see what we can do to assist the prisoners, mattresses and all the like. But for now, they need shade.
Okay.
They need shade or
And
shelter.
and we have a big hug coming from Tom to you. He's sending a virtual hug to you. And Dr. Peral is and Dr. Peral is saying hi. So
Hello, doctor. Hi.
so
Welcome. I'm all hot.
but you see that, Tom? She's sending you a big old hug back.
Yeah.
So, Ding, over there in your country, is there a ritual with drinking tea? Is there a certain kind of way of drinking tea? Is there a certain blend or favorite tea that you have?
Yes, we have I name the various teas. We have Toleti, we have Ndawara, we have Nduti. This I don't know but we just name them like that.
Okay.
Toleti is from Tole.
Okay.
Um, Nduti is from Du. Those are the names of the places, so they named the tea after them. Ndawara, the tea. You calling names in Cameroon? I'm sure you're like, what's Ndu? What's Ndawara? What's yeah? So we consume a lot of tea here, because in these places it's very cold. Do Tolenda Wara, they're very cold areas, so people drink tea morning, afternoon, evening, all around. People move with their flags. I'm always with mine, some tea. So see, I always move about with it because it's quite cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here in Douala where I reside, it's very hot. So because it's very hot, so many people don't go for tea. But I'm already used to the culture of tea. So,
Yeah. So have you heard that if by drinking tea when it's hot that it actually cools you down?
yeah, sure. I'm
That's what
so used
everybody
to
tells me.
like,
You're drinking a hot tea on a hot day, and I was like, it cools your body down.
yeah, it's very true. But yeah, very true, very true, very true. I in the morning I take now it's a little hot and I'm taking it and I'm just feeling good.
So Tom is asking, where's your party hat? I think he really liked your party hat when we had our last Zoom.
When we have a technical break, I'm gonna put it on.
And we have Tracy in the studio, so she's saying good
Oh my
morning, ladies.
god! Hello, Tracy. Hello.
So
So happy they're all
this goes
watching.
to show us, right, thing, how supportive Global Peace Challenge is, because every
I
tea time is really supportive, right?
Yeah, very supportive. I feel so much love right now. So
Oh, that is
then I've
good.
never had. I mean, I'm so privileged. I'm having a worldwide love, worldwide love
Oh, you're all over, girl.
from the US, from Canada, from India.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. Yeah.
So, and
So
Tracy's saying
that's it.
hello.
Hello, Tracy. Hello, Tracy. Hey, you can send her my hellos.
So, I'm doing a little something different with Ding today. I am bringing tea time a different flow, a different layout. So I'm going to take Ding and me out of the studio and I'm going to just put up a few things on the screen just to give you a little idea of what we're doing with the Global Peace Challenge. Ding, don't leave. I'm just going to take you off the screen and I'm going to put in other things.
That's okay.
I'm going to see if it works this way. Let's see if we can do it this way. I don't want to lose you because we're having such an amazing tea time. So I want to see. So this is the Global Peace Challenge 2020. So you can check out their website, and it has a list of all of the incredible ambassadors. Ding is the ambassador for Cameroon, and I am the ambassador for Canada. And if you'd like to represent your country, send in your application and make a difference. It takes little things to make a difference in the country, and especially at this time, we need that. We need that peace, right, Ding?
Yeah, so much.
So, and I'm going to share.
It's a priority need.
And we also have a GoFundMe that I'm going to bring up as well. So if you'd like to donate for the GoFundMe for Global Peace Challenge, we'd really appreciate that as well. Tom Connors, the creator, has started a GoFundMe, and you can make a donation of 10, 20, 30, whatever you would like to make. So you can bring some awareness to Global Peace Challenge and maybe become an ambassador or become a peace partner. And if you have any incredible events that you would like to peace pledge, check out the website. There's incredible things going on there. So I'm going to bring Ding back onto full screen so we can have some more good old time over tea. And I'm going to see, I'm getting good at it. I'm learning and growing. I'm doing my homework, guys. So, and if anybody would like to be on Tea Time like Sister Ding, I also am the lady who creates the amazing posters. So for you to be on Tea Time, like Ding sent in to me, she sent in her beautiful picture, her bio, her favorite color, and things that matter to her. So what she's a part of. So I'm going to show that as well, just to give you guys an idea of the different creation and posters that we can have for you guys. So I'd like to make it as personal as possible for all of you guys out there. So I'm going to just bring up, so you can see that I've created Sister Ding's poster here, building bridges, tearing down walls. That's one of her positive statements that she likes to live by. And she's also a nun in a prison. So I've created her logo here, and I've put the bridge. So we walk together. We make a difference together. And I really like that message that you give out, Sister Ding, about the messages and that. Because I like the positive side of you. And like when you said that you have a bad side, I was like, I don't know about that side. I've never seen that side. So
I'm going to show that side of me at the end of the show.
Watch out, Miss Liz. Here she comes. So nice. We have a comment from Tom. I'm going to bring it up. So I've learned something new today. I've already knew Sister Ding was a compassionate person. She was an amazing, infectious smile. But now I know she can make her angry. Yeah, we're all learning something about Sister Ding today.
Yes, I easily really get. I managed to control the anger, but my anger lasts just for a minute.
It's all that tea that you drink.
It's kind of generic. I got that from my dad. My dad.
So dad's the one with the temper and the anger.
Yeah.
That's like me. My dad too. My dad was like, oh my goodness, like.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, Miss Liz is so nice. Oh, but don't step on my bridges.
Yeah, don't. And you know, the way I pull down the walls very angrily.
Yeah. If the wall needs to come down, get Sister Ding.
That's what I do.
So what message would you like to give to the viewers today, Sister Ding, by being on Tea Time?
Yes, the strong message that I have for every viewer. It's already there. Let's build bridges. Let's build bridges. It's very important. We see the world is crazy now, right now. Nations against nations. That is what is like raining. It's there's no nation that is really at peace. That's really, I mean, with all sincerity, there's no nation that is really at peace in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
And why? Because we keep on. My message is very clear. Let's build bridges, construct bridges where everybody can access. Construct religious bridges, ethnic bridges, tribal bridges, racial bridges, um, technological bridges, whatever, wherever you can construct a bridge. And even in families, because sometimes we could be talking about the larger world, it begins from the home. In
Mm-hmm.
my context, like you find in my bio, the woman is really in the background. She's relegated to the background. It's only very recently that you find women very privileged to go to school.
Yeah.
Before, if your father had money, if if he had money and like say, okay, this money can only sponsor one child, he'll get the boy and sponsor the boy to school, and the girl will remain in the house and will be given maybe for marriage, early marriage. So we have a lot of those cases, people, girls getting married at the age of 12.
Oh,
And so we
wow.
begin to, yeah, we have those. Sometimes you even have a girl who begins to see her menses in her husband's house. That's where she sees her first menses, in her husband's house. So we have those, and those are also walls that are, separating a girl from a boy. I know, yes, a boy is different from a girl, but we could build some bridges where a boy and a girl can connect knowledge. That what if you're going to school as a boy, I can also have that privilege as a girl to go to school. And that's why I say I also have a passion working with the rural woman, because the rural woman in Cameroon, her definition is the kitchen. She's supposed to stay only in the kitchen cooking food. When the man comes, you serve the food. That's the kind. When you go to the rural areas in my country, that is what most women do. They stay only at home. They don't go out of the home. Like even to out of home is forbidden. So she stays at home, and all she does is prepares food, bathe the children, uh, give birth to children. That's just all. She's like a reproductive machine.
Yeah.
But we need to build these bridges. How do we build these bridges? By educating these women. And
Mm-hmm.
so, time and time again, I go to some of these villages and talk to the women and talk to the men as well, to understand that if you educate a woman,
Mm-hmm.
you're educating your children, because the woman spends a lot of time with the children more than you do. So those are other ways of building bridges. If you can educate, and sometimes generous persons give us aid, and we send some of these little girls to school, and so they come out brilliant, educated, and they no longer remain in the kitchen. They, not like they will not cook
Yeah.
again, but they cook in the kitchen, but they too can go out and do other jobs like any other person. Before, in some places, and it even exists now in some places in my country, where if you see a woman sitting like me and talking, is a taboo. How dare you? You're supposed to be covering your face. A woman's face is not supposed to be seen. Those are barriers that we are building for nothing. And so we have to build bridges
Yep.
to, yeah. So those are other ways of building bridges, and raising the status and dignity of a woman is another strong way for me personally of building
Mm-hmm.
a bridge. Yeah.
So it sounds like there's a lot of that statement that you made, and women are meant to be in the kitchen. I heard that growing up all the time from my father. From my ex-husband, I heard that a lot. How dare you get educated? How dare you look better than me? How, you
Yeah.
know? you're a woman, you need to be barefoot and pregnant all the time, making babies, and just obey, right?
Yeah.
For me, when I hear that word obey, it's like, you can take that word and you can throw it in the trash, because there's no obedience. We're not animals, and even animals don't need to obey. It's the respect of each other, you know?
Respect for each other. Yeah.
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 It's like
Yeah.
respect
Respect
of
for each other.
one another, right? Like men
Sure.
and
Yeah.
women need to respect each other in order to
Yeah.
have a loving relationship in that.
Sure. Sure.
So, is there anything to stop these early marriages? Like at the age of 12, like that is like, I
Yeah.
know where
Like
I
I.
was at 12, and
Yeah. Yeah. It's not an exaggeration. It's not like I'm exaggerating. I'm talking. I'm saying things I have
mhm,
seen,
yep,
because part of my studies was women and gender studies. So I did a little bit of research on that and life research. And most the only thing you can help is to educate the men, let them know, give your women the chances. And we were able in one of the villages to begin a literacy program for married women.
okay,
So yeah, we started a literacy program for married women. So gradually, because you even give her money, she doesn't know how much you've given her. So you
yeah,
need to start that, and then gradually some of the children are going to school. And as a mother, if you can't help your child, you need some small basic knowledge to also help your child. If your child
yeah,
comes back, you can say, okay, A, B, C, repeat. So they needed, so we started like a literacy program for most of them, and we're encouraging them, and gradually there's a lot of improvement, I must say. Yeah, there is but in some parts of the country you still have it very strong, because they still hold on to the woman's place is in the kitchen, is behind the house and all
yeah,
that. So, yeah, but I think doing sensitizing the women as well to know, okay, you don't need to get into marriage. If somebody forces you into, at least now we have um, a rural courts that you
okay,
can go and report the cases to, that okay, I am just 12 and my parents are asking me to go and get married, and then they intervene. So all that is gradually helping. But I don't think like we should build such a wall in such a way. Okay, we are in the global peace challenge. Women sit this way, men sit this way. No, we are all receiving the same knowledge. So why not interact? You are doing a marvelous job. You're not a man. You're changing the world, but you're not a man. So everybody should be given that opportunity, not
yep,
only men. Everyone should have the opportunity to be able to change the world. So those are some of the bridges I, as a person, build, and as sisters, like you mentioned, and as sisters of Saint Therese, as sisters of Saint Therese, we have a special duty to, you know, bridge the gap between the poor, the rich, you know, all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, what changes would you like to see in your country get made? Thing.
Come again.
What changes would you like to see happen in your country?
Yeah. The first change that I like to see in my country, because we have a lot of uh, ethnic conflicts right now. My country, because don't forget, Miss Liz, you and have I have a special bond. We are the only two nations in the world that are bilingual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Canada and Cameroon. Yeah, so we have 10 regions in Cameroon. 8 are French speaking and 2 are English speaking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I belong to the English part of the country. And right now, there is a serious war going on between the French and the English. And for 4 years, children have not gone to school in the English part of the country. A lot of them have, because there is war. The English are saying they are marginalized. And it's these bridges we build because, and a lot of French are killing the English.
Wow.
Yes, a lot of French are killing the English speaking. And if you are a French speaker residing in the English zone, sometimes they take revenge on you and kill you because you're French, just for that purpose. So it's really, yes, because of language, we have created a barrier just
Wow.
because of language. Yes, and we are one people. We are no longer talking about skin color here. We are talking about
Mm.
people. People have even in French people have intermarried with English persons, and we are killing each other. We are brothers and sisters. So that's for me the first change I want to see in my country. That these barriers, these regional barriers, are broken,
For
and
sure.
yes, are broken. Why should we be fighting one another just because you are French speaking and I am English speaking? Why should I kill another brother because he is from the he is from the French part of the country and I am from the English part of the country? And when you go to get a job, the first thing they ask you, are you French speaking or English speaking? They don't even care to know how qualified you are for that job. The first thing is if you're French speaking, maybe if the person interviewing you is French, he will take you. If you are English speaking, go away. We have some companies in Cameroon where you will not find any English speaker there or the French, but it's one nation. And so schools have been burned in the English part of the country because they believe that those are the school, just because those schools are promoting French education. And schools have been burned in the French part of the country because they are promoting English education. And so
Wow.
for 4 years, this is the fourth year, the English part of my country has not had school.
Four
If you see,
years.
yes, 4 years.
Wow. That is
And children, those who insisted on going to school, some were caught on the road, they were kidnapped on the road, and some even killed or they asked for ransom from your parents. So that's not be easy. So many people have lost their lives from that, and even students have lost their lives on their way to school because of that. So it is actually going on live. The killings are going on live. And that's why I really stand strongly that we need to build bridges. And so what I do on a personal level, I work with some other persons who have the same interests like me, and other sisters too who have the same interests like me. We go to churches and talk to the Christians. If you're English speaking and your neighbor is French speaking, what binds us together is love. We shouldn't be separating ourselves, killing this one because he's French. It's just language. It's just
yeah.
language. Yeah. If you
Yeah,
could
we
come,
have that here in Canada too, where if you go for a job, are you French? Are you bilingual? I- It's it's really ridiculous because you're
yeah,
losing a good opportunity to have a good employer because you're deciding if they can speak two languages or one language or
yeah,
it's that barrier, right? We need to tear these walls down. It's like you said, right? Tear the walls down and the bridges.
yeah.
Uh, what
Because
else would you like to see changed in your country?
um, I just want to ensure that in my country, the woman is raised, her dignity is put on top priority, and that in every sphere of life, the woman too can stand out because our population, the women are more in population. But if you go, sometimes you go to the Ministry of Women's Affairs, you find more men working there than women. So that the woman should not be relegated to the background. The woman should shine out like we have the shine out or shine bright project,
Yep,
and women should be allowed to shine bright. Which I love that so much. Shine bright. Yes,
yep,
because you can't go to the Ministry of Women's Affairs and then you find more men working there. Doesn't make sense. So those are the two things that all the barriers because of language barriers, we should tear them down and build bridges so that whether French or English or German or whatever language you're talking, you can speak. we can all together move this world. It's just a matter of language.
Exactly.
Bonjour. Bonjour is the same feeling saying good morning.
See, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about you today. I learned that there, over in your country, that there's two languages. I learned that you do get angry. I learned that you do like to.
Yes.
And I like that.
So we could actually, you and I could actually run this show bilingual.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit. I'm pretty sure I can speak a little bit of French, but I'm not gonna start rolling my tongue. And I actually
Okay.
was able to speak good French for many, many years. And after I left my ex-husband, I just, you know what,
Okay.
my tongue is English, and but I can speak a little bit of French, enough to stay out of
Okay.
trouble.
Bonjour, Miss Liz.
Bonjour, Ding. Comment ça
Comment tu
va?
vas? Ça va très bien, très bien. Et toi?
Ça va bien.
Ah, qu'est-ce que tu
Si,
as mangé
un petit
aujourd'hui?
peu.
Qu'est-ce que tu as mangé aujourd'hui?
C'est quoi?
Qu'est-ce que tu as mangé aujourd'hui?
Euh, je mange un bagel.
Je peux voir ton verre de thé. Je peux voir.
Je vois un thé.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to school, guys. Learn a little bit more French again.
That was to distract you a little. So we could actually do a bilingual show.
Yeah, we could. I just need to practice a little bit more of my French again, and my children are actually bilingual. So,
Okay, that's nice. Yes, that's
so
good.
do you
So
have children, Ding?
no, 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 no. I
No, no,
don't
no,
have.
no, no, no. You have
I don't have
many
it.
children in the
But
village.
I can claim. I just claim every child. I just claim every child. And when I'm coming back from work, you need to see the children. Because sometimes they call me AY. Sister AY is coming, Sister AY, and all the children. So I don't feel like I don't have a child. So
But
I have
you're
overload
like
of children.
you're like the mother sister of all of the children in the village, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I feel like a mother hen. I have so many children. I shouldn't have. My answer shouldn't have been no, 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 no. I think it should have been yes, 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 yes. Yes, I have. Yes, that's it.
So, is there any final words you would like to share with everybody, Sister Ding, before we close the tea time up?
Yeah. First, I have said it somewhere, and I'll still say it. I really want to thank Tom Corners. I hope I pronounce his name very well.
You have.
Yeah, I really want to thank him for this forum, the Global Peace Challenge 2020, because it has created a kind of impact in my life that I can't really explain. And in the lives, and my sisters know that almost every day I'm talking about, especially when I read messages from the WhatsApp forum, I'm talking about it. That can you imagine the whole world? I'm chatting with the whole world. I feel like I'm chatting with the whole world. I know everybody. I know people from India. If I know people from Canada. I know people from England. I know people from Haiti. I know I almost everywhere. It's something um wonderful that he has done, and I want to say a big thank you and courage to him because it's not an easy project, and that God will grace him because I think it's God who inspired him to come out with something like that, and God will grace him to continue this good work which he has started, and very tactful work. We may not be too engaging, but sometimes when I read his messages, it's very encouraging. I want to
Mhm.
also thank all the others. I want to thank Susie too because she brought me to this. So I thank her so much. She's a wonderful person, and I mean she has a wonderful touch. And so each time I chat with her, I am all smiles and all my little anger. Some days when I feel angry, sure, if I talk with Susie, I'm fine. I'm good to go. And I thank all the other ambassadors from the other countries. You all are wonderful, and have I've really been inspired by so many projects from each and every one of them. I Love Me project, I Shine Bright project, and so many other. In fact, sometimes I wonder if each day I tell my sisters, I wonder if the professor from India, I don't know if he sleeps because he's always up at
I say the same thing. When does that man sleep?
I don't know. He's always up at something, and so I tell the sisters maybe I should start getting myself very very busy because this man always up. Each day he's up at something. I don't know.
Yeah, Dr.
So
Perel, I don't know how he does it. He is always on the go. I don't know when that man sleeps.
so all that is so interesting. So everything fascinates me here on the forum, and because of that, I'm able to carry on my work with more enthusiasm and more zeal. So I think I don't know what else I've left. All I want to say, blessings, blessings, blessings to everyone.
See, we're not the only ones
Tracy,
who think if Dr. Perel sleeps.
I can see Tracy sending me some
Tracy's like the
love
same thing. She's
from
like,
her
how
eyes.
does that man go? And Tom has a comment here. He's like, wonderful interview. The two wonderful women making a difference in the world. And we couldn't do it without you, Tom, as well, for believing in us and all the other ambassadors. Again, like I said, I would not be able to do what I do without all of my tea time guests. And I am just honored that the ambassadors are on my tea time, and I get to know each of you and your countries a little bit more, and what makes you float and what makes you go. And I learned that Sister Ding has a temper, and so we all better behave ourselves because we might see the bad side of Sister Ding.
Please
And it's coming after the show because she's already warned me that it's coming. So
be careful.
oh, I'm being careful.
You're getting on my nerves now.
We're going to be tearing down some walls. So again, Sister Ding, thank you so much for joining me for tea time today. It was truly an honor to have you here. And again, thank you to all the ambassadors who have joined in the studio today. Without you, we would not be who we are with Global Peace Challenge 2020. Again, check out the website, check out the GoFundMe. And if you'd like to be a part of it, become an ambassador, become a peace partner, or even do a peace pledge, we would love to have you aboard. So reach out to Tom Connors, an amazing man with an amazing project who is bringing many, many countries together. I believe we have 52 or 54 ambassadors now. So within less than 6 months. So that is truly incredible. That is God's work right there, bringing everybody together. And again, thank you all for joining me today on Tea Time. And I'm going to try and see if something works. So Sister Ding, thank you again. And thank you all for all your love and support. It truly does mean a lot to me. And I do have different guests coming on, not just some peace ambassadors, but I have authors coming on. I have different services coming on. I even have a woman coming on from Israel who is a DNA specialist who finds and reconnects families. So there's different flavors, different blends for tea time. It's not only ambassadors. I'm bringing different flavors for everyone. Men, women, children.
Thank you, Miss Lee.
So if anybody would like to be on Tea Time, again, just reach out. My door is open. There is no cost. This is completely a no cost layout. So anyone is welcome because we all have tea stories within us all. And we will make a difference one cup of tea at a time. And Sister Ding, again, thank you. And thank you for drinking tea today.
Thank you, Miss Lee. Thank you. I'm grateful.
And I'm
Really
going to talk
grateful
to you
actually.
after the show, so don't leave. I'm just going to remove you from the studio, and I'm going to end the show on something that I hope will work. I'm hoping that I can get it to work. Um,
Can you permit me to put on my hat for 2 minutes so that Tom can
oh,
see?
for sure, for sure. Yes, we will end it with a party hat because this is a good old party time. So, Tom, you are getting the party hat. Look at, there we go. There's her party hat.
Welcome. This is for Tom. This one is just for
This one is for
Tom.
Tom. So, Tom, there you go. There is your party hat. And thank you so much, Ding, for being who you are. You truly are a blessing to the world, and we couldn't do without you.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you. Welcome.
So I'm just going to remove you from the studio, but don't leave. I will be talking to you because we do have to get that little temper and some tearing down walls together after the show. So, and Tom says, "Yay, party down!" So he sees the hat.
Oh my God. So
So
happy.
thank you so much for joining
Thank you
today's.
all for joining us. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I'm gonna just do a little something here and try and see if I can end tea time with just a little message from Miss Liz.
Yeah.
Um, we'll see if that works. I'm gonna just give me a second and I'm gonna just try this again. Share audio. Okay, we got it. So we're gonna end tea time today with just a little message from Miss Liz. So you can see what tea time is about. I'm back. I'm just going to do a little thing here. I just want to give you guys an idea of what tea time is all about and what incredible guests I have had on in the last little bit. Um, do. Okay, I'm going to share audio. We're going to do this. There we go. And we're going to just. Divine energy. Miss Liz, tea time, yeah, making a difference, one cup at a time, tea time, yeah, Miss Liz, tea time, yeah, making a difference, one cup at a time, tea time, yeah. So be sure to grab your tea, grab a seat, and tune in to Miss Liz, tea time, making a difference, one cup at a time. Tea time, yeah. Tea time. Thank you for joining me, Miss Liz, for tea time. Making a difference, one cup of tea at a time. And thank you all for joining me today on Tea Time with Miss Liz.